It's happening. Quebec Premier Francois Legault, Newfoundland and Labrador Premier Andrew Furey, other top officials from both governments are coming together here in St. John's for an announcement that has the potential to kickstart something transformational for this province. Legault confirmed it this morning as he passed by reporters in Quebec City. He's coming to St. John's. A media advisory from Andrew Furey's office describes it as a historic partnership announcement, and it's happening 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Rooms, this province's cultural epicenter. All this followed a report on Tuesday evening by CBC Radio Canada that a deal is close on a renewed contract for the Churchill Falls hydro plant and the massive amount of electricity, more than 34 terawatt hours annually it produces. There are few details, but plenty of questions about how a new deal will remedy decades of resentment, unsuccessful court challenges, and a scenario that allows Hydro-Quebec to receive practically free power from Labrador and sell it on the open market for a huge markup. The original agreement with Hydro-Quebec was signed 55 years ago and is good for another 17 years. Quebec has pocketed nearly $28 billion in profits, and Al Hydro about $2 billion. And those numbers are 5 years old.
Of course, we are very interested to renegotiate as soon as possible.
We're not on bended knee to Quebec. Quebec is coming to us.
But the landscape is shifting, and there's growing demand for non-polluting hydropower. Quebec wants to sign long-term power purchase agreements. It cannot risk losing access to all the electricity in Labrador, about 15% of Quebec's total capacity. And it's not as easy as simply building new generation. So Legault has talked about expanding the capacity at Churchill Falls and maybe even developing the Gull Island project further downstream. And last year, he did something no other Quebec politician has ever done: admitted the current situation is unfair.
I think that this contract became a bad deal for Newfoundland and Labrador.
Both sides have been in talks, with Andrew Furey saying he will only sign a deal that's good for this province.
Quebec needs to show us the money. It's been too long with no money.
Newfoundland and Labrador is in a strong position for the first time, probably since 1969.
Hydro-Quebec pays 0.02 cents per kilowatt hour for Churchill Falls power, far below the market rate. Now, this new agreement will see an increase in that purchase price. But how much? For how long? And what will it mean for a province struggling with the highest debt per capita in the country? This politician is worried a deal is being rushed for political gain. Legault's popularity in Quebec is waning, and Andrew Furey has to call an election within the next 10 months.
Is it simply about the next election? Because as I said, this is too important. This needs to be about the next generation. And why now? You know, we have time, it's on our side. Quebec, we are in the driver's seat. So I want to make sure there are a lot of people out there who will want to have an opportunity to express an opinion or to weigh in on this.
The PCs and the NDP want any agreement to be debated in the House of Assembly. Tony Wakeham is demanding an emergency session in January. Andrew Furey is not talking ahead of the announcement. Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.